Here we go, here we go.
Move it, move it, move it.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Next man up. Yeah.
Let's go.
Hello and welcome to the show. I am your host, Donovan Lee Dean, actor, author, and rhythmic poet. You're now tuned in to Next Man Up, Poetry in Motion, where the mission is to provide the essence of poetry in motion, promoting peace, love, and growth for the existence of humanity and the culture. Later in the episode, there will be a featured poetry read entitled Passionate Women, read by the creator, writer, and poet, Blessen. Right now, let's get into the poetry mix. This is Next Man Up, Poetry in Motion.
Life is hard, I'm trying to find a way. Trying to compensate, couldn't do it yesterday. I'm aching now, body's breaking down. Every 7 days, 'cause there are no breaks. Every 7 days.
Go in with a fresh mind and a pure heart. Mistakes were made, go in with a fresh start. The emphasis is today, the uncertainty is tomorrow. I live another day, that's success. Time is borrowed, carnage is on a regular. Another family is in grief. Mics were cut off, still the Tennessee 3 were able to speak. For the crying girl and dying boy slain by assault styles. Too many bullets to avoid. Pray for them as they attempt to fight for a law made for all. As they attempt to prevent another body to fall. History in the making, yet in the midst of infamy. They're setting aside politics for human sanctity, making enemies. Your vote can avoid the weight of tyranny. Your vote can avoid the maybe and pull in what it got to be. Unprecedented as we witness the headlines of an indictment. As the rich make more money on merch, posing as victims, inciting another riot. Never quiet, the problems are loud. More foreigners are crowding U.S. borders like refugees. After Roe v. Wade reversed, more women are escaping red states like refugees. More protests in the streets like help us please. And dying need of open minds and clear views so that one day witness universal health care making headlines on CNN News.
Bodies breaking down. Every 7 days, 'cause there are no.
Exhale, pray, wait for it. Peace never came, now beware of a mad force bound to take the republic. God bless us as we fight for peace on earth. As mankind kills one another to gain more turf. For drugs, for crops, for money, for clout. Urgent message, human to human, heart to heart. Change your route for a fresh start.
Breathe. 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 Let's get to it.
Next man up.
Turn your face from faking to the one who gives his grace. Slow your pace from racing, pump the brakes and show some faith. Rid your load of baggage, it's not easy making space. But that love is possibility and worthy of the chase. And worthy of the chase.
I call this one Love Poem. What if I bore you the essence of my soul? What if I laid bare the steps that make me whole? What if I told you this piece was already inscribed? But scattered signs and silence left love deprived. The void so deep even poets can't survive. If I presented you with tear-stained sheets and fractured dreams, puzzles of my spirit with ripped seams, would you find the time to reconstruct the parts I've lost? Or abandon them despite the cost? See, I know my spirit speaks in cryptic tones. My love can't thrive in simplicity when it is carved in stones. I am a being who finds solace in complexity, structuring stanzas of conflict with this mic next to me where rhyme, rhythms, and vulnerabilities dance, where emotions echo in a timeless trance and light reflects these letters written in the sand. This pen of mine is more than mere ink. It is the conductor of sacred spells, healing wounds in translation, bridging gaps of understanding and revitalizing the clock stopped in conversation. But what if I surrendered to the beacon of suppression, muzzled by deposed expression? What if I gave up so much of my power that it made my pen weak? What if I allowed your diminished lexicon to read through each layer of these psalms I speak? And if your shallowness triumphs the core of my expression, I I would feel my essence fade into a writer's depression as these sacred symbols sank like the petals of a rose. Heartbreak's tide would slowly consume the greatest love story ever known. See, I'm a love poet. My deepest verses stem from the shackles of love's bind, scoped in soliloquies only for them to be restrained by the ghosts that idle in my subconscious mind. I write from flames that burn without a spark, lighting passions in crowds culminated by fears in the dark, from fires that rage with no kindling to ignite, forging verses from the voices of angels of the night. This double edge cleaves the flames to watch creativity burn, but oh, how easily a broken heart can make this trajectory turn. If the lights of this stage were bright enough to expose my scars, would you still applaud my pain, a cower at the weight of my wars if I revealed the true torment of this mic? Would you marvel at my imagery as crowds adore, providing ovation to my symmetry, blind to demons at my core? Would you still find my verses as relentless as before? With the reality that this love is fueled by fear, silence your praises forever. I bear the weight of my soul through this pen, revealing the raw truth of a love poet's sin. Loved by Ace is no title. It's an ode that only the deepest of pain can inspire.
Sonnet 26. A homicide. Pickpocket my heart from its vivid pulse. With a knife, threaten me if I love you. Keep the cutting, wrenching, thrusting all toss, till thy blade snaps my thin cords, bleeding through. Engrave your initials on my shoulders, inside a rough-hewn heart, scabbing raw red. May the wounds be fatal as I shudder with a crimson curdled tongue as life fled. Death, and afterward to love's preamble of eventual heartbreak, will gather my still form, dismembered, distorted, scrambled, croaking to him, pleading as to why. His words, they're drowning with envy and spite, the way you dote with tender love and sight. And spite, the way you dote with tender love and
spite. Here we go. Next man up.
Tossing and turning, it's harder to breathe. Deprived in my sleep, it's your love that I need. The day you return is the day that I leave. For the final arrival, that's why I believe. From water to wine, as your blood we are blessed. The bread is your flesh, I won't settle for less. I will hunger for more, on your grace I will feed. The giver of life, this is why I believe. The bread is your flesh, I won't settle for less. Settle for less. For less.
Who's America? What is America? A place falsely discovered because of a misdirection or a misinterpretation of the star's constellation? A place where the natives lived and was open to share until they trusted the wrong side and then were forced to separate and live on reservations while others built and destroyed? Is it a place where other races and cultures came together, built, added value, but were ultimately prisoners whom couldn't escape because they had no value? Is it a place where wars continued to break out because folks wanted to prove who could take more territory? Did we actually fight one another for space and opportunity? Or was it just an opportunity to occupy space? Is it a place where we were taught false hopes, practices, forced to study in secret, be a hidden figure, and pray that the change was gonna come? Oh, yes, we believed it. Is it a place of innovations and ideas that were stolen and capitalized on, eventually broken down, recycled and sold into parts? Is America unchecked behavior or behavior that should have been checked by all those in power that surrounded it? Is America just greed wrapped in a package and framed for us to want more of it like drugs and we're the addicts? Look around you. If you're listening to this message, this is your America. But ask yourself this question: is this your America or does it belong to someone else?
This next artist is from Brooklyn, New York, who fell in love with poetry at the age of 12 when her youth Bible study designated her to write a poem for Poetry Month. She wrote about the love of God. The instructors loved it so much, they allowed her to perform it the following church Sunday. Now, as an adult, she has come back to her passion of writing and performing, putting herself in the forefront to find her destiny. My people, I present to you, Blessen, Queen. Talk to him.
Here we go.
Next man up.
Passionate women who knew spiritual things wrap me up in your arms and bathe me in oils, clean me quick before I spoil, pour in, wring out, remake me whole. I needed this. I'd be remiss if I didn't embrace the legacy laid before me. If I threw away the crown and renounced the royalty. Passionate women who knew spiritual things, pray for me, please. If you may, if you might speak life into me. With my arms spread wide and my head held high, I call out, save me. Passionate women who knew spiritual things, I'm sorry they mistake your passion for anger. I'm sorry they criminalize your expression of anger. And I'm so sorry there's so freaking much to be so angry about, and you never receive the same tenderness as your crocodile crying counterparts. You women who are mother, father, sister, and aunt, who carry the weight of every mistake made by the women before you, by the men who disappeared, by the boys who hurt you, and by the other girls with the same heavy weight, sad eyes, and loud burdens. Passionate women who know spiritual things, I'm so sorry. We ask so much of you. I'm so sorry you give more than you receive, and I'm so very sorry you only get the scraps of the world to make do with, only to have it stolen. My women of passion and spirit, I love you, and I will sing of your praises and give you your flowers while their scent is still fresh and I can still see the glimmer in your eyes, because at the very least you deserve the world, as you are what keeps it turning. My women of passion, thank you.
That was the poem Passionate Women, read by the creator, writer, and poet Blessen from Brooklyn, New York. Before we go, I would like to conclude with a power message to uplift each and every listener and to get you in a good headspace. It's a message about opinions. Never allow an opinion to change your perception. You've trained strenuously under the right tutelage to make gains over those with opinions. They're obsolete. So you now have the skill, the bravado to conquer the land of opportunity and to step over opinions effortlessly. You know where you are. You know where you need to go. It's your time. Thanks for tuning in to Next Man Up, Poetry in Motion. I am Donovan Lee Dean. You can find my poetry books, children's books, and coloring books on Amazon at booksbyledeen.net. I am Donovan Lee Dean, actor, author, and rhythmic poet. Until next time, peace. Yeah!